I just want to just let you guys know about myself. When I was a young boy, I had dreams to play in the big leagues. And I was blessed that I had a dad who played the game of baseball for 16 years. So I was able to go to the ballpark, and I saw a lot of ball players play the game, and I always wanted to be one of them. For me, it was a lot of adversities in life because, coming from Puerto Rico, not knowing the language, leaving your family behind, it was a challenge. But also, I wanted to be the best I can be playing the game. But I always believe that you really need a foundation to be able to succeed in anything you want in life. And for myself, my coaches, my family was my foundation. As a kid, I needed the right advice. I needed to hear the coaches, what they have to say. I went to different ball players when I used to be with my dad, and they gave me a lot of advice. And I believe because of that advice, I was able to become who I was as a ball player. And I encourage all you coaches, for the young guys, to be patient, because young guys sometimes they take everything real serious, and they take it personal. And I think to be a coach, I always recommend to be patient. One of the things that I saw as a kid with my coaches, they were real patient with me. They believe in me, and they taught me the right way. And I think if you guys can do that with the kids, be patient and make them believe that they can, hopefully one day they can make yourself proud and make their family proud, I think they can do a much better job. So, thank you. Now we're going to go with the questions.
Okay, now, what we're going to do is just have a couple questions. I'll ask a couple questions, and then after that, so I'll give you time to think of a couple questions you want to ask, anything you like about the game. The first question I had was, as an infielder, the Hall of Fame infielder, what did you do when the pitcher started the delivery? What did you do to get ready? What should kids be doing?
Well, the way I got ready as an infielder, there's 3 positions that I like to teach the kids. I like to teach the basic, depending the age. When you talk to a kid who is 6, 7 years old, you want to teach the basics. When he's around maybe 11, 12, then you can be more specific. There's 3 positions as an infielder. Before the pitcher throws the ball, it's a relaxed position. The relaxed position, when you start this way. And when the pitcher is ready to throw the ball to home plate, then you get in your get ready position in your toes. Always be in your toes. Why? Because if you're in your toes, you can either move to your left or you can either move to your right. And then the triangle position. Triangle position is the way you feel the ball. Separate your legs, bend your knees, glove in front, hands on the side. I know in Canada, what I learned when I'm doing the camps, a lot of the coaches always talk about the alligator when they catch the ball. Alligator, they're only in Florida. If you go to Tampa, there's a lot of alligators over there. Not in the game of baseball. I would love for the kids to put the hand to the side. Why? Because if you put the hand here, if it's a bad bounce, I've seen a lot of kids get hit in the nail or break their fingers, and then they don't want to play baseball again. So hopefully you can recommend the kids to put the hands on the side, bring it to the chest, and then step and throw. And one of the drills that I did as a kid, I went to a wall and I threw like 200 baseballs to the wall and just working my hands and working my feet. I think that can help the young guys to work on their hand, their feet, and their eye coordination.
How about if the ball was hit to your left or your right, to go to the baseball? How would you teach a young player to go get it?
Well, it all depends. That's why I say if you finish in your toes, then you can either move to your right. If the ball is hit hard, I want them to go in an angle. Don't go straight to the ball. If you go in an angle, then your range is going to become much bigger. The same way, if you go to your left, if you go in an angle, it's much bigger. And one thing that I always is really important for the kids is, like, in the game of baseball, we have 3 eyes. I call them 4 eyes. You have 2 eyes on your face, and if you're right-handed, the 3rd eye is the inside part of the ankle. The inside part of the ankle, if you're left-handed, this side. Why is that? Because when you throw the ball, if I'm gonna throw the ball, for example, to Ray over there, that 3rd eye always have to be looking at him. So my inside part of the ankle. I cannot throw the ball to Ray, my 3rd eye is looking that way. What the 3rd eye is gonna do, it's gonna make your body be in the right position. It's gonna direct your body to where you have to throw the ball. It's gonna direct your shoulders, your body, and you're gonna make less errors throwing the ball. It's like when you're a pitcher and you're gonna throw the ball to Ray, or Ray, you wanna catch? You're gonna throw this way, and your 3rd eye is always gonna be looking at the pitcher, at the catcher. So wherever you throw the ball, the 3rd eye has to be looking wherever you're gonna throw the ball. That's the easiest way to teach a kid. If you're gonna do a relay, you're gonna catch the ball, and the 3rd eye has to be looking at the person, at the target. So if you can teach that way and be more simple for the kids to learn the game, that's one of the things will help the kid. Another thing is the nose. The nose always have to be on the ball. If your nose down and the ball is up, it will hit you in the head. So those are 2 things that you can teach the kid, and it's going to make their job much easier to understand it.
Okay, now this is a big question that a lot of people have a lot of times. You know, you're 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, very young. What position should they be playing, and when do you stop playing certain positions and only go to one?
Well, at 7, 8, I believe you can play in every position. I think the coaches have to help the kids to see where they feel more comfortable. But when you get to the 15, 16, it's time. You know, let me put it the way: at 7, 8, 9, 10, you can develop the kid. And then when you get to 15, 16, he needs to be ready to play one position. One of the problems that I have here in Canada is that I see, I have a tournament 12, and I went to see some kids in Saskatoon, I believe, and the kid was playing, I believe, 3rd base. The second game he played short, and he didn't play his position. So I didn't pick them to go to the tournament 12. So the coach was kind of upset, and I asked him why you so upset, and he came at me and say, well, you didn't pick so and so. I say, but what's his best position? I say, he's a pitcher. So I didn't see him pitch. And I have to be honest, when I saw him in 3rd base, he doesn't look like a 3rd base. He doesn't run like a 3rd base, and he doesn't hit like a 3rd baseman. So if you can develop the kid at 15, 16 years old, 17, that let him play in one position, it makes the scout much easier view to describe if he can become a professional or go to college. So. And we have to think about, when the kids are already 16, we have to think about them, where they feel more comfortable playing. It's not about you. It's not about the coaches. It's not about me. You know, it's about them. Let's make their dream come true. That's what your job to do, making the dream come true, make him believe that he can play there. You guys know baseball, so you guys should know what his position is, and you can help him out. But when it's time for him to go to the next level, it's not fair for the kid for you to put him in 3 different positions at 16. Because you're really killing his talent. And for me, when I go to see a kid, I wanted to see him play in his best position when he's 16, 17, so I can take him to the tournament 12. So hopefully one day he can make it to the professional level.
Okay, let's see. We got any questions? Open it up for questions. Come on. Here we go. Right here.
What do you recommend to teach young kids quickness in releasing the ball?
Well, like I say, it's good for the wall. The wall will, I think if they can play in the wall with the tennis ball, where the ball's real bouncy, you can play them and they can throw and they can move their feet. I think that will help them with the hands and the quickness.
What did you do as a kid besides that? Were there other ones too?
What I did, I used to go with my dad to the ballparks, the big leagues, and I went there to the field. For me, it was much easier because I grew up in the game. In Puerto Rico, you play baseball all year. Here, you play maybe, I don't know, maybe what, 6 months out of the year? So it's much tougher. But I think I recommend the wall. I think that's a much easier way. And if they can go and play in any field, they can play in the turf. You know, we used to play baseball anywhere we can. So I believe that the kids here, they can do the same.
Good. Anybody else? Yes, right up there.
You had mentioned fielding a ground ball with younger kids to have their hands to the side instead of like the alligator. As they get older, would you recommend teaching them to put the hand on top, or do you think it's better to have hands to the side?
Always to the side. A lot of the time, if you put your hand in front, it will block the view. So I rather recommend it here. That's my choice. You know, sometimes you guys have different choices. I don't tell you guys to do it the same way I did it. I did some crazy stuff when I play, but I practice. You know, I think the main thing is practice, believing in what you can do. Some people might like the alligator, but I would not recommend it. That's myself. But I'm not going to tell you not to recommend it to the kid. Maybe the kid feel comfortable that way, living that way. But I'm just trying to protect the kid's hands.
Right here?
Yeah, just footwork at second base when you're turning a double play, especially for the older guys, you know, guys coming in trying to take you out. Do you have any drills or anything that you did to avoid that, or, you know, without them trying to, Derek Jeter and trying to throw the ball, like diving over?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
well,
because the footwork is so important.
I wish I have a base. You want to do like me? I did some crazy stuff. So, what I recommend is, like I say, the basic for the young kids first. For the young kids first, real simple. Left foot on the back. Left foot, not the right foot. If you end up with the right foot, you're gonna end up in the danger zone. If you finish here, they're gonna hit you. So what I recommend is left foot on the corner of the back. This leg, follow the ball. The ball's there, you follow the ball. Step and throw. If the ball's here, this leg always follow the ball. That's the simplest way to teach. A lot of the time we try to teach the kids so many things that they get confused in second base.
And so the timing of it is just you're using your own assessment to get to the bag as soon as
get here early. The key of turning a double play, you have to get here early, and you have to give that hole. Let the first baseman help you. You cannot be in two positions at the same time. You have to.
Do you want the momentum coming through so that if I know he's going to throw you the ball, would you slow yourself down so that you can get to the bag when the
No, you have to get there. You have to get there.
Stationary there.
You have to stay here. Be here early.
Yeah.
And then whenever he's ready to throw the ball, if the ball is here, then you go with the ball.
Okay.
That's the easiest way. I always do it like soft tough, so they can learn the footwork first.
Perfect.
If you're gonna go forward, long, short. You're gonna go sideways, long and short. Always use the base as a protection. As a shortstop, it's the opposite. You use the right foot. Right foot, third eye, always looking. A lot of the shortstop make a lot of errors. Why? Because they are afraid of the running. And they go so far that when they throw the ball, they throw this way. So the third eye is never looking over there. And say, if your third eye is always looking as a shortstop to the base, the shoulder is going to be in the right position, and you're going to make a better throw. And you're going to see the runner better. From the shortstop, it's much easier than second base. Second base, every play is behind you. So you have to you have to learn, when you get older, you have to learn, the first thing you have to learn, who is hitting. If the guy is fast, you have more time. If the guy is slow, no, if the guy is fast, you have less time. If the guy is fast, you have more time. That's number one. Number two, you have to know what kind of speed the guy in first base has. If he has speed and the ball's in the hole, all you have to do, catch the ball and step away. Those are little things that you can teach the kids so they can learn the game the proper way.
Right back there, next.
What's the best advice you can give to a kid that's struggling with just getting the barrel of the bat on the ball sooner? In other words, they're always late, always hitting the lead with
Swing early. No, it's about confidence. I think when a kid's struggling as a hitter, it's good to take him aside and give him a lot of soft toughs so he can get the confidence back. Hitting is real difficult. It was for me too. So what I recommend of hitting, I didn't know I was going to talk about hitting, but that's okay. What I recommend about hitting, a lot of guys always talk about their shoulder, their legs, they talk about everything, and the kid is kind of confused. You know, you have to, first of all, you have to tell the kid, how do you feel more comfortable? And what I tell the kid is, the key of hitting is always leave your hands back. If your hands are back, your head's going to be on top of the plate. It's going to be on top of the ball too. If your hands are forward, you're not going to hit the ball. You're going to hit the ball, but you're going to hit the ball with no power. If always, you need a separation. If your hands are here, always go back. It doesn't matter where your leg is. If your hands are back, you're still going to hit that ball outside. But if your hands are, if your hands, now you can listen to me now. If your hands are forward, then you're not going to hit the ball outside. So always recommend the kids to leave the hands back. That's why my recommendation is back always. Back, back. Same way as a right-hander, if your hands go back in separation, then your head is there, and it doesn't matter where your leg is, you're still going to hit that ball over there.
What else? Right there.
What do you teach a child to get them beyond that fear when they're ranging right or left and they want to stand on their feet, they won't lay out for the ball? How do you get them over that fear factor?
The fear of
Laying out, going down to the ground, get
diving? Man, that's a tough question. I used to love diving. I don't know why. I used to love diving. I don't know why. Jeez. Just tell them to get their uniform dirty. You know, I think what you can do, a lot in the minor league, what we used to do, we used to wet the grass and make him dive. Even throwing the ball, like just not hitting the ball, just kind of toss it to him so he can start diving and then he can get his confidence. I think that's a, maybe you guys can try that.
Roberto, can you show a good the throwing position and the grip of the baseball?
Oh, the grip of the baseball with the seams. A lot of the kids sometimes they take the baseball this way. Can you see it? If you take the baseball this way on the seam, the ball's going to sink. So make sure you grab the ball this way, so the ball can go straight. And they teach you that in the minor league, how to grab the grip of the baseball. Make sure when the kids kind of toss it, make sure they go in the right grip. And then you're gonna get used to it. You wanna try it? You wanna try it? Try it out.
Come on down.
Come here. Don't be afraid. You got it. Make sure your fingers are close. Close, like this, okay? Your fingers are open, they're gonna sink still. So make sure here, okay? Later on, how old are you?
12.
When you get to 14, you're gonna have bigger hands, so it's gonna be easier for you to grip the ball. Okay, good job. Any coach want to do it?
Right here?
How do you teach kids how to learn to read it off the bat for a ground ball?
It's kind of, as a young boy, it's tough to learn. But when you're 14, 15, 16, make sure that you guys teach the kids how to look at the catcher sign. If it's a right-handed pitcher and they're gonna throw a changeup, and it's a left-handed hitter, the way I like to teach is like always be thinking like the ball's gonna be hit to you. Always think that they're gonna hit the ball to you. So if it's a left-handed hitter, it's a right-handed pitcher, and it's a changeup, mostly what they're gonna do? They're gonna pull the ball. So as an infielder, I say in the back of your mind, you're anticipating that guy's gonna hit the ball to you. So always talk to any infielder. Always say to them like, hey, always expect the ball to be hit to you. And I think just like that, they can get ready.
Go ahead.
How would you teach younger kids to adjust to lefty pitching?
To who?
Lefty pitchers.
Lefty?
Yeah.
What do you mean about that?
Well, how would you, because in like Little League, there's less lefty
Less?
pitchers. The lefty pitchers don't pitch as much.
Okay.
So when there is one, there's often a lot of mysticism and difficulty for the kids to be able to hit off. How would you teach kids to adjust?
You know what? I hated lefties. So I love hitting left-handed, but I hated lefties. Just get a coach that can throw you from that side. You know, I used to be a switch hitter, so I needed to go to the cages. If it was a right-handed pitcher pitching that day, I was getting more rounds from my left side than the right side. But I used to go to the side and the cages and hit right-handed. So always try to kind of like let somebody throw you. Look for a left-handed pitcher that can throw you batting practice, so you can see his arm. It is for me. It was tough because I was a switch hitter, so I had to try to keep both sides kind of equal, even though it didn't happen. But I was a better hitter left-handed than right-handed.
Right here?
Yeah, if you were going to have a team of your own, like from an 8 to 16-year-old team, you're going to be the head coach, what would be like your priorities? What would be the philosophy, the most important things that you want to get across, or the way that you want to be?
Oh, the first thing I would say, leave your girlfriend home. Don't bring your girlfriend to the ballpark. They're trouble. What I would say is just come here and respect the game. You know, play hard every day. Play hard, and believe in the talent. You know, a team. I can tell you from my experience with the Blue Jays, when I play with them, we have such a great family team that we help each other. I think it's the key of success is about helping each other when we go through the good times, the bad times, to be there for them. What I recommend is just to come here, play hard, run every ball, and always pat on the back. The guy who made an error, pat on the back. Hey, it wouldn't happen again. It happened to anybody. Let's go. Let's get him again. So just be there for everybody. That's what I recommend.
Question right there, ma'am?
Yeah, we're talking about left-handed, well, people generally left-handed, whether they're throwing or hitting. And you've got really young kids that want to automatically grip the bat the opposite way of, say, a right-handed batter, but they want to stand in the box on the right side. Like, should you encourage them to the left side, or should you correct them?
Well, if the kid's a switch hitter, you're gonna start switch hitting. I think it's great. But
Like
if
we're talking 5, 6, 7-year-olds where they just do what they see their teammates doing, and I know in my short coaching experience, most of the kids are hitting right. Don't have kids that just automatically hit.
yeah, well, I think you have to help them to stay in the right. And if the kid's a right-handed batter, let him hit right-handed, and then maybe in practice, kind of encourage them if they want to be a switch hitter. Let them try it. If they try and they're not good enough, then they're gonna make their own decision. But I think it's always good. I would recommend all the kids to try to hit from both sides. I think it made my life much easier as a ball player. You guys been coaching for a long time. You guys should know who can do it, who cannot do it. But if the kids at that age, 5 and 6, and they want to try it, I would recommend it.
They automatically grip the bat the opposite way. Like I'm a right-handed batter. I'm a right-handed batter predominantly. But if you hand a kid a bat and they grip it this way,
Because then he's never been taught. So you're saying he's hitting right-handed with the hands this way?
yeah, the kid's natural. If you were to hand them the bat,
Yeah.
they're grabbing it this way.
But maybe, yeah.
Encourage them to try hitting from the left side. That's not their natural tendency to grab
Instead
the
of
bat.
fixing.
You can. That's what I'm saying. You can encourage the kids to try to hit from both sides from a young age, if you can.
Roberto, when you were young, you know, you had your dad, your coaches. A lot of young kids, you know, real early they use the hard ball and they're a little scared. What did your dad or coach do? Did they hit the ball right away, or?
Yeah. I have a lot of experience. I broke my lip when I was 7 years old with a ground ball that my dad was hitting. He just told me that's part of the game. So I was, as a young kid, I was crying. I went to the doctor, stitched me up, went back to the field. So it's sometimes, you know, you have to be real. You have to be real. I grew up in this game and I saw a lot of things happen, but my dad was a guy who taught me well. And I did get hurt a few times. But as a 5, 6 years old, you have to be careful. Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to play with a real soft those kind of rubber balls, who's much better. So if they get hit, they will not be afraid. But for me, it was different. I grew up in the game. I grew up with this kind of baseball. I got hit a lot, and my dad never told me, well, if you want to be a ball player, you have to learn from a young age. So I did learn, but I would recommend the rubber ball for the kids.
Thank you. We got one question, and then we're going to go over there for a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roberto, when you were a kid, you mentioned throwing a ball against the wall 200 times a day. Was there anything else you did that's part of your story?
Ben, I remember my dad. I can tell you this story. It's so funny. I remember my dad got a gas. He owned a gas station, and he had a big wall. So I was playing against the wall, and my father used to take me to the gas station to help him out. So he kicked me out of the gas station. I know that. But I did a lot of hitting. I used to go to the ballpark, soft stop the ball high, and then just swing the bat for myself. People thought I was crazy, but he helped me. There's a lot of things you can do by yourself if you want to become want to reach your dreams. You know, for me, it was baseball was my life since day one. But I grew up in this game. But it wasn't easy. You know, I did a lot like you say before, a lot of work with the wall, a lot of hitting by myself, putting a tee, hitting the ball. You know, my dad always tell me you don't need nobody to help you to get better in this game. Do the things that you can do, and then later on you can go. Then you go to your team and play with the kids. But do what you can do alone to better your game, and I did that.
Okay, Mr. Elliott, question?
Mr. Elliott.
Robbie, I was just wondering about what you thought being with the
last spring, and then you're going to be with him again, and maybe people you're impression of working with that close.
Yeah, for the last 3 years, I've been working with the junior team, the Canadian junior team. To me, I had to be real thankful for Greg Hamilton, who gave me the opportunity to work with the kids. We had a lot of talent here in Canada. I was impressed, and it was a lot of work. But I feel when I came here in 1991, and you guys embraced me since day one. And now that I have the time, a lot of time in my life, not that much because I have a baby, but the time that I have, I want to devote it to the game. And so Greg gave me the opportunity to work with them. And last year, after we had the tournament 12 last year, I was really impressed with the Canadian talent. Really impressed. Over 30 guys were signed to go to professionally or go to college. So that's a big step for us, for the Canadians. So hopefully we can continue to grow the tournament 12, and there's more opportunities for the kids. And that's what I'm doing now. But I think the foundation start with you guys. I think without you guys, those kids would not be there where they are today. So I really want to thank all the coaches, because you guys have done a great job, and hopefully you guys can continue to develop more players. So in the long run, I think coaches will feel proud. I can tell you for myself, when I was a kid, my dad used to play baseball, but he was always giving me the right advice. And my mom, she was there with us in the games. So my mom knows a lot of baseball. And if it wouldn't be for them, for that foundation, I would not be standing here today talking to you guys. So you guys are the one that really should feel proud about what happened last year. And then I hope that this year we can maybe, hopefully we can sign more guys so they can reach their dream, hopefully go to college or go to professionally, and make your country proud. So thank you for the question, Bob.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, obviously you must be a little smarter than your brother because you didn't catch. But, really, what kind of influence did your brother have on you growing up being the younger brother and having, two guys playing Major League Baseball? I mean, that has to be huge.
So you want to know a story? I used to be a catcher.
Come on.
In a Little League. and my brother was playing in the other team. My brother double swing and hit my head. I left the glove there. I let my gear never catch again. Yeah. So my brother became the catcher. So no, my brother was my best friend. He always was there with me. We never challenge each other. We just support each other. And a little story about my brother: when we were playing in AA, we didn't have a lot of money to spend. We were not making money, so we had a one bedroom apartment, and we had one bed and one sofa. So we decide, I always follow whatever my brother say. So my brother wanted to have this rule out of the blue and say, well, whoever get the most hit will sleep in the bed. I say, okay. And so first game, I got 3 hits, he got 2 hits. He sleep in the sofa. Next game, he got 3 hits, I got 4 hits, sleep in the sofa. For a week, he was sleeping in the sofa. He called me back. I say, hey, we need to change the rules. And I say, whatever you say, you're my big brother, so. So I say, what's the rule? No, one day you sleep in the sofa and one day I sleep in the. So after that, he brought his fiancée. He did it on purpose. Oh, my fiancée is gonna come here, so I had to sleep in the bed in the sofa for 2 months. So that's the relationship that we had, and I think, my brother played more years in the big leagues. He played a tough position. He played for 20 years, and he did a great job. So it was great to have him as a.
Well, you were in a situation with a lot of us. I mean, your dad coached you in
Yeah.
the bigs.
Well, my dad coached me in the bigs,
I mean, it's just
in the minor leagues too. Yeah, so I like I said, I've been blessed, and I've been blessed that I had those opportunities. I played with my brother for like 3 different teams, and we play in All-Star games together. My father was the coach in my All-Star games, so we as a family we should feel proud.
Right here in the red.
Yeah, what would you say was your best piece of advice you ever received from somebody from your minors all the way up? Just to kind of keep going. So you obviously probably had a lot of opportunity to meet a lot of good people.
Well, when I was, I believe, 18 years old, I was living by myself, and I almost quit baseball. I almost quit baseball. I say I don't make enough money. I didn't have a lot of money to eat. I didn't speak English. I didn't have friends. You just out there by yourself. So I almost quit. Call my mom, call my dad, say, hey, I just want to go. I said, no. The best advice she gave me, this is what you wanted to do. Your father went through worse, so you're gonna stay there. Don't let nobody, don't let that, back you off on your dreams. So that's the best advice my mom gave me that day. She said, you're gonna stay there. You're gonna go through ups and downs, but you have to be strong, and look at who I am today.
Right here.
Who's the greatest player that you ever played with, and what made him so great?
Wow, I don't know. I can't say. That's a tough one because I cannot say. I played with many great ones. Many great ones. I play, then, Omar Vizquel for me as a shortstop, one of the best shortstop that I ever played with. But I started in 1988 with Gary Templeton, Tony Gwynn. Those guys were great. So it's many great ones. It's unfair just to pick one. So when I was 7 years old, I can tell you this. When I was 7 years old, my dad used to play for the California Angels, and I remember when I was a kid, I was like 7 years. I was playing catch with Nolan Ryan. I say, who is this guy? I play catch with Nolan Ryan, and he's telling me how to pitch, throw a curve, because I used to pitch in the Little League, and this is how life is. That's why I always like to talk to the kids, because life is so unpredictable. When I was called up in 1988, Nolan Ryan was still pitching, and I got to face him in my first at bat. That's the same guy that I play catch with. He waited for me after the game. I got a hit my first at bat. The next time he knocked me down. Second at bat again. He waited for me after the game. He said, welcome to the big league, kid. So he welcomed me to the big leagues. I understand the game. And in 2011, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And when I was doing the speech, behind me is Nolan Ryan. So that tells you that if you dream big, I can tell the kids, if you dream big, a lot of great things can happen in your life. So to me, that's special, because all the guys, they were behind me when I was doing the speech. Those are the guys that I watched play when I was younger.
Right there.
Going to Puerto Rico, so you say they're playing baseball year round. Now you're working with all these Canadian kids who, I'm assuming, have been playing a lot of hockey and soccer and other sports and baseball. Do you have any observations as to, have you noticed a big difference?
Yeah, big, huge difference in development over here. One of the kids came to me one day and said, what should I do so I can get better at baseball? I say, quit hockey and play baseball. So, no, but it's been unbelievable. I've been here 5 years now doing the stuff, a lot of tournaments and the camp for the kids. It's been unbelievable. I think there's a lot of talent. And like I say, developing. We have to develop a little bit better. especially when you get to the 15, 16, we have to let those kids play one position. And you will see that later on in their life, they're going to appreciate that more. Because we need to get more, develop more kids in one position.
Okay, last question right here.
Thanks, Pete. Roberto, there's obviously a lot of kids that look at yourselves and other big league players and say, I want to be like that. I'm gonna play for the Jays or whoever when I grow up. And how do we as coaches as well as parents kind of avoid squashing their dreams, but at some point keep them a little bit in check with reality of, you kind of still need to do math and these kinds of things because you might need another tool other than knowing how to hit a ball in the real world because such a small percentage make it.
Yeah, I think you have to be honest with them.
Yeah.
I think honesty is what gets you to where you want to be. I think you have to be honest with the kids and don't lie to them. Just say, you have to be good in school. My parents told me I had to be good in school. I didn't go. I cannot go to a field if I don't do my homework or go to school. School was first in my house. School was first in my house, and I had to go to school, be a good student, and then after that was baseball. We don't know if we're gonna make it. We have to realize that, and we just have to be honest with everybody. Be honest with the kids. Be good in school. Come here and play hard, and believe in yourself. I think believing in yourself is the most important thing that you can tell a kid. If you dedicate yourself and have a great passion for this game, a lot of great things can happen. But also be aware that if you don't make it, you have to do something else.
Roberto, on behalf of Baseball BC, BC Baseball Canada, all of us here as coaches, we just want to thank you so much for spending the time on helping our coaches become better.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.